everybody, Josh12 back here again with another video, and I'm here with another Dragon Ball Super video, and I'm here to give you my official review for Dragon Ball Super Episode 55. Now, of course, if you've not seen it, please go check it out because this review may contain spoilers. With that being said, let's get into the newest episode of Dragon Ball Super. Now, of course, Super's taken quite a break as of late. It's been taking several breaks for various reasons, but if I'm going to be completely frank, fucking thank God, because I think sometimes you kind of get an oversaturation and overconsumption of a specific brand or product. You gotta take some time to really fucking breathe outside of it, and then again, it also gives the brand, which of course is Toei Animation, some actual time to focus on the actual stories and animation artwork that they're trying to go for with their actual upcoming episodes. And I think it really worked out because these past couple of episodes, even though I've had small problems and little irks with specific things that bugged me, for the most part it's been pretty solid, the anime so far in this arc. And this one is no different. This episode fucking kicked ass. I enjoyed it a lot. I feel like it was really great. It's, of course, the big, what does Zenō, the Omni King, want out of Goku? It was the real big reveal. A lot of people were speculating that, Zenō wanted Goku because he was going to destroy him. He was going to kill him, or he's going to destroy the universe, or he's going to help out with Black, or some such shit. And apparently, it's the complete polar opposite of that. Now, for those of you who don't know, in the last episode, which was episode 54, it was teased that the Omni King, Zenō, wanted Goku over immediately to discuss with him something important, and that was the big debacle of this episode, which is getting Goku to the Omni King to pretty much see what the fuck he wants. And pretty much what the fucking little kid wants is a fucking friend. And I'm not gonna lie, this episode was fucking campy and very kid friendly, but I'm alright with that because it fucking touched me in the heart. It was a fucking fun, entertaining, cute episode. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty funny and interesting that the king of everything, the boss, the most powerful character in all of Dragon Ball, all he wants in life is a friend. That's all he wants. He's lonely. He's a child at heart. He looks like a child too. He has these two assholes around him all the time. He's in a big room of nothingness. Of course he wants a friend. And who does he want to be his friend? He wants Goku to be his friend. You know what? Fuck yes for the Omni King. I want that too. I've been wanting that for years now, and I say fuck yes to that. That was really interesting. Granted, the speculation was heading in various dark directions, which I never really bought into because we already saw the leaks for upcoming titles for future episodes, so it makes no realistic sense for Zenō to, kill Goku, and then, but we're gonna fight Black in the next episode. It's like, really? They're gonna kill, the top-tier character, the main hero, right before they go off and fight the main villain of the fucking saga? That makes no fucking sense. So, of course, all the fan theories and speculations were really off and stupid. But for the most part, I really appreciate what they went for in this episode. I really like the Omni King from what I've seen so far. If there's anything that really bothers me with the overconsumption and oversaturation of gods that Akira Toriyama keeps bringing into Super, is that we need to start seeing what they can do. That's my main problem, because it's like, we got Omni King, we got these various other gods, we got these new Kais in various universes, and now we got this new character that was introduced, the King of Everything's attendant, that fucking little guy, whose name I completely don't know how to pronounce. It starts with a D. I'm sorry for the life of me, I cannot pronounce his name. Mostly because I didn't really do that much research on him. But for the most part, as far as I know, he is pretty much the top 5 fighters in all of the universes, so he's pretty powerful. And look, it's okay and interesting for Akira Toriyama to bring new characters into the Superverse, or the Dragon Ball verse, if you will, that can give fucking the characters of Goku and Vegeta a run for their money. But at the same time, for characters like Goku and Vegeta to realize that there's far more powerful characters out there for them to face, it's time to really get into the grind and start facing them off. I mean, in the old Dragon Ball days, and even with Dragon Ball Z, every time you introduced a new character that was more powerful, eventually Goku and whoever else was behind him got to a point where they were more powerful than said character. Ever since starting with fucking Master Roshi all the way to now, with freaking the booze, all the way to the booze, and it's just now you got Beerus, who Akira Toriyama continuously says, "Hey, this guy, he's never going to be more powerful than him." And then you got Whis, and then you got the Universe 6 gods, Champa and Vados, and then you got these various other Kaioshins who, I guess, Goku and Vegeta are more powerful than. Okay, sure. And then you got these other gods, and then you got the Omni Kings and his gods. It's like, okay, stop introducing all these multiple gods, and if you're not going to at least show us a glimpse of what they can really do, then stop introducing more powerful characters, Akira Toriyama. And that's, I guess, the major thing that annoyed me with this episode, is the continuous, like, hey, here's this other guy who's way powerful than me, and it's like, alright, take it easy, take a deep breath, we get it, there's so many gods out there, but if we're not going to actually get to see some actual fights with them, why continuously bring them up? It's just really annoying at this point, and I don't know, it really irked me and bugged me, but for the most part, I do appreciate the world building that Super's been doing lately, but at the same time, it's like, if we're not going to actually see them do anything, what's the point of introducing them into the series? But whatever, regardless, moving off that, I really appreciated the prologue to get to Omni King. The Goku Beerus comedy continues to slay me. It's just hilarious. I love their banter together. I love Beerus when he's nervous, because Beerus is the top tier character of Super so far, at least for the main characters of Super. And the fact that he gets so overly agitated and scared over to what happens next is very hilarious, and how overly pissed off he gets at Goku's stupidity is just hilarious at the end of the day. It's really cool and interesting to see that, and I will admit, the new information we got over Beerus is very bothersome for me. It was also recently introduced in the Dragon Ball Super manga, which I'm not going to talk to. I'll talk further information on that when I do my manga chapter review, but for the most part, I will say that the new information we got is basically the Kaioshins, the Kais rather, are connected lifespans with Beerus, or the gods of destructions, and apparently when the Kais die, or defeated in battle or whatever, the gods of destruction die with them, so it's kind of like a Piccolo Kami thing, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a big fan of that idea. However, I will admit that I like the approach that they stated it in Super the anime. In the manga, it's really annoying where it's like, holy shit, you just dropped this atom bomb and you don't really go into more clarification in that. But in the beginning of the episode, we get right to it. It's done more or less like as a throwaway thing, and it's like comedically said over Whis and Beerus and Goku, and it's like, okay, I can get down with that, like, okay, sure, so, Goku's like, so the only way I get to beat you is by just taking out Kai? Well, that's not so fun, so I'm not going to do it anyway. So it's like, the way the anime did it, I will say, is far superior to the way the manga introduced it, but of course I'll talk about that further in my manga review. Moving off of that, really awesome stuff with all the various other characters. I really just appreciated the fact that there was just so much comedy and campiness to this episode. But moving off of that, the big thing, the atom bombs that are dropped, which is the ending, we finally get to the time machine being fixed. We are now heading towards Trunks' timeline, the alternate future timeline, and shit will be going down, and I cannot wait. I've been wanting for this fucking saga to progress so far so we can stop with this filler shit and get right into Goku. But I mean, like, this is the A-team. You got Goku, Vegeta, Trunks taking on Black as a team. Come on. Come on. That's some boss shit. That's something we've been needing and wanting ever since fucking we had the Super Saiyan trio from, like, that shitty-ass Super Android 13 film. That is happening again for the second time. This is volume 2 on the Super Saiyan trilogy here with fucking Super, and I cannot wait for that shit. Of course, Trunks is completely and entirely fucking, outclassed, unless we're counting the manga, which, of course, once again, I have a lot of shit to talk about that in my manga chapter review, but for the most part, the anime is killing it, and I love the fact that you got the 3 bosses of the fucking Dragon Ball franchise, the best of the best Super Saiyans, going on to take on Black. So, really cool stuff coming up in the future Super anime episodes, and I cannot wait to see all that stuff. But overall, I enjoyed myself for this episode. The animation artwork If I can touch upon that for a little bit, I enjoyed it for the most part. I think for the most part in this episode, the animation artwork was pretty solid and really good. I will admit that proportions and sizes was not on their terms. I feel like, for the most part, they did a great job on painting a fucking good background and really good up and close shots. But for the most part, when you see everyone neck and neck together, proportions are really not on their side, which is really annoying, especially with specific characters that are supposed to be shorter than others, and that's really telling with Supreme Kai and the rest of the other Kais. It's just really awkward and weird. But for the most part, animation artwork was really solid and awesome, and I enjoyed it. This episode was really fun, really entertaining. Nothing really crazy happened. The Omni King Goku moments were priceless. I love the fact that this king of everything, this boss of bosses, is this child who fucking wants a fucking buddy to play with, and he wants Goku to be his buddy and play with. I mean, come on. I mean, like, if you didn't want that when you were a kid watching Dragon Ball Z back in the 90s, you were fucking lying to yourself by not saying you would do what the fucking Omni King just did. And also, it's pretty cool to see that you know, with the continuation of the series, now we have top tier characters being able to be a part of the main crew of the Z Warriors, or the fucking Dragon Ball cast, if you will, now that Goku has, I guess, this magical piece of technology to connect with the Omni King at any time he wants. So, will that be a factor in the final Black Battle or any kind of future sagas? We'll have to find out and see. And of course, who is going to be the, I guess, substitute for the Omni King's best buddy to play with? I have no clue. Goku has no clue. We'll have to find out in future episodes and sagas. But for the most part, if there's anything that this episode did, was definitely hype me up for future sagas introducing other gods, and especially the Omni King. I'm just saying, when that 12 Universes tournament saga happens, I was completely unhyped for it. Now, I'm very interested to see what happens in that shit, especially when this other guy who's like the top 5 fighters in the universes. Come on, there is some shit that Goku and Vegeta gotta do to fucking... They need to get back into training. They gotta go back into grinding, because if they can't beat Beerus, how are they gonna take on that fucking number 5 over here? It's gonna be crazy. But overall, I enjoyed myself with this episode. I have to give it, when it comes down to my final verdict, a solid 8.5 out of 10. It was a really good fucking awesome episode, and I can't wait for the next episode, which of course I will be ranting a lot about, because we got to the introduction to the newest Super Saiyan transformation, Super Saiyan Rose, which all I'm going to say in this episode is, why? Just, really? That's all I have to say. I'll go into further details when we actually see it in action, and of course, episode 56. But with that being said and done, let me know what you personally think in the comment section below. I really enjoyed myself. This was a really good episode, and I really am interested to see how, I guess, the remaining humans, I guess, if you will, react to Goku not being black. That's going to be very interesting. I'm just saying that if there was something that really bugged me and I wanted to see some retribution for, was the fact that Black took Goku's persona and used it for his evil deeds in this timeline. It's time for Goku to come in, take that shit down, and be like, look, I'm the real Goku, that guy's an imposter. This is like some kind of Slim Shady war happening. That's what I want to see, and we got teased of that in the final moments of this episode. Hopefully we get some more comedic, awesome clarification with the next episode, but that's just my little speculation and personal thoughts on that. But let me know what your personal thoughts are and overall opinions with episode 55. I hope you guys enjoyed. Comment below. Let me know what you personally think. With that being said, done, shameless plug time. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, at Josh12. Subscribe to my channel if you've not done so already. And of course, stay tuned to my channel where I'll have my Super Manga Chapter 15 review, which will come up possibly later this week or earlier next week. But with that being said and done, hope you guys enjoyed. And this has been Josh12.